The year is 1865. The 5-year-old Samuel J. Seymour is sitting in the balcony of Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Suddenly a gunshot rang out. John Wilkes Booth leaps from the presidential box to the stage, injuring his leg. Seymour would later give his account of this historic tragedy on a game show in the 1950s, in the presence of the Queen of Comedy, Lucille Ball, and millions of TV viewers.
You witnessed something to do with Abraham Lincoln. Was this a pleasant thing?
Not very pleasant, I don't think. I was scared to death over it.
He said, no, he was scared to death.
He was the last living eyewitness to Abraham Lincoln's assassination. On February 9th, 1956, a 96-year-old Samuel Seymour shocked the nation by appearing on the popular CBS television game show, I've Got a Secret.
Unfortunately, yes.
Did Mr. Seymour witness the shooting of President Lincoln?
Seymour passed away just 2 months after the broadcast, making his TV appearance a final bridge between the Civil War era and the golden age of television.
We found out about Mr. Seymour through a recent article in the American Weekly, and it said, I Saw Lincoln Shot. And this article is by Samuel J. Seymour, and it goes on to say that Mr. Seymour was 5 years old at the time. He had been taken to Ford's Theater by some good friends, and the curious thing was that when he was this youth, 5 years of age, when he saw Booth jump from the box to the stage, at which time he broke his leg, his only concern was not for the president, because he didn't realize that the president had been shot, but the poor man who fell out of the balcony. And that's all of his memory is, of going to the theater and seeing a man fall out of the balcony.
Seymour was born in Easton, Maryland. He later worked as a carpenter and contractor, lived primarily in the Baltimore area. He got married in 1880 and spent his later years in Arlington County, Virginia. There are no surviving ticket records or attendee lists, according to my research, to verify Seymour was at Ford's Theater that day. Only a few hundred first-hand accounts exist from roughly 1,700 to 2,000 people present, and Seymour did not publicly share his story until age 94, nearly 90 years later. While his account is consistent across tellings and implausible in broad outline, late-life recollections can include embellishments, and no independent contemporary evidence confirms his presence. Historians included among compiled witness statements, but recommend skepticism toward unverified late accounts. It's a story that is not easily verified, but even if Seymour simply made up the story to get attention, his testimony on television in 1956 was certainly a very interesting moment in TV history, at the very least. If you like interesting history, Bible stories, wild science, mysteries, and just things that make you go, then Beyond the Unexpected is the channel for you. Some things are just beyond explanation, like my last video on Chico, California, that suffered through months of falling rocks from the sky. Plus, don't miss the weird stories from America's founding fathers, Lucille Ball's weird World War II story, and my first ever video on how the fabled city of Atlantis might have been related to the worldwide flood from the biblical story of Noah's Ark. So please subscribe for fantastic stories, theories, and fun. Hit like, share, comment, and y'all have a great day. And thanks for watching.